Okay, it's 9 a.m., August the 9th, 2021, Monday, August the 9th, 2021. Wilson County Commissioners Court is now in session. We'll have the opening prayer by Pastor Adam Knapp of the United Methodist Church of Floresville. Pastor Knapp.
Please bow your heads and hearts with me. Holy and loving God, we thank you for today. We thank you for the work before us today. God, I ask that you would bless the proceedings here, that you would give clear discernment, that you would give your peace, your unity, that all that we do would be in the service of others as we continue to serve you. I pray this in the name of our Savior Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Okay, moving right along to public comments.
I have none at this time, Judge.
Okay, and then agenda item number 4, certificates of completion and awards.
I don't have any in my...
I have one, okay. Criminal Justice Information Services Security Awareness Training. This is to certify that Richard L. Jackson has successfully completed Level 3 Security Awareness Certification 8/3/2023. Excuse me, 8/3/2021 through 8/3/2021.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. And agenda item number 5, Extension Activity Reports Handouts. Would y'all ladies like to say something?
We've been busy here and there, things that most of us taking turns going at grocery and offices.
To everybody. And it's going to get busier here in the next few months.
I think we had to go meet to breathe and then
Okay, does anybody have any questions or anything on the reports?
No, just thank you. The 4-H banquet was wonderful. A lot of hardworking kids there. It was really great to see them again, and good job. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, thank you, ladies. Agenda item number 6, Richard L. Jackson County Judge Don P. Burnett, County Tax Assessor Collector, discuss and take action on updating the Texas Department of Motor Vehicle annual county fees. The fee was $10. That's what, the reason we tabled it is I wanted to just be able to say what the fee was, and it's $10. So I'll entertain a motion to keep everything as it is. But we have to take something through Commissioner's Court to send it back to TxDOT to tell them it's all the same.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the TxDOT DMV annual county fees.
Motion by Commissioner Martin, second by Commissioner Perdola, that we leave the Tex Department of Motor Vehicle annual county fees the same. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so they're the same. I guess we can fill that out and send it on later.
Sorry. Yes, and it works very good at 2 o'clock in the morning. Sorry about that.
Okay. Agenda item number 7, Olga Marrero, Elections Administrator. 7A, request approval of the election judges and assistants for the Early Voting Board and Resolution Board for Constitutional Amendment election November the 2nd, 2021. Take care. Okay, where's 416 gonna be? Okay. Code 1 with the ESD 2, the William Kenny Station?
That's one. I think that was the one we were bringing in with the code one.
It's what?
Code one, it'll be out.
It'll be there at the Kenny, okay, the William Kenny Station, okay.
Judge, I make a motion that we approve the Constitution Amendment for the election November 2nd, 2021.
Second.
Okay, this is just for the
A.
7A? Okay. Motion by Commissioner Fowle, second by Commissioner Martin, and we approve the election judges, assistants, early voting, and resolution board for the constitutional amendment November the 2nd. Is there any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so that part. Now we'll go to 7B, request approval of election judges and assistants, early voting board and resolution board for Republican and Democratic primary 2022. We don't have a date on that one yet.
Judge, I'll make a motion was approved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Perdola, that we approve the election judges, assistants, early voting board, resolution board for Republican and Democratic primaries in 2022. Is there any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so we've got that settled. Okay, moving right along to agenda item number 8, Richard L. Jackson County Judge and Jeffrey Garcia with Linebarger. Discuss an action to approve or deny private offer received from Daniel M. Tejada to purchase trustee property ID number 26841 for the sum of $1,500.
And I think Ms. Eva already went ahead and printed some of the material out, but I do got a picture of the property.
Okay. You can have that. I've got one.
Sir?
It's just a-
Yes.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that.
I got two. Does anyone need another one?
I don't have that one, but you have an extra.
Well, of course.
Is this a street or is this a driveway?
Where?
Right here.
That is a street, yep.
And this is the street?
That's another street. So, the subject property that I'm here before you on is, if we were to go right here in front of the courthouse and drive down to Martha's, which is Railroad Street, you hook a left and you head west. It's exactly 1 block west from Martha's on Railroad Street, and it's literally right in front of you. It's an empty lot. The lot's pretty small. There used to be, that Google Map image shows like a little shed on it. That shed is no longer there. That adjacent landowner had a couple cars parked underneath it. And the person who is interested in purchasing it here today is Mr. Daniel Tejada. And so he submitted a private offer to me via email, maybe about a couple weeks ago. And because it is less than the amount that's due in taxes, or it tried to sell that at a tax sale back in 2015, that's why we had to come to Commissioners Court and actually all of the taxing entities, which would be the city and the school. So just to rewind a bit, from time to time, we do have tax sales, just as we did last week. Here we had a tax sale. For those properties that don't get any bids, they get struck off to the taxing entities as owners of the property in a pro-rational amount to the amount of taxes that is due on the property. And so this is where this property came from. We put it up for tax sale back in 2015. It did not sell, so it got struck off as trustee property. At that point, we've been trying to sell it ever since. So when it gets struck off to as trustee status, it begins to go into the name Wilson County trustee, and it is no longer being assessed because it is governmental owned. So from way back before 2015, this property has not been generating taxes, and since 2015, it hasn't even been assessed taxes as it's been in trustee status. If you want to turn to the information packet that I handed out to you, there's one chart that I always refer you back to. The rest is kind of just informational. It's the one with the burn chart down at the bottom. And this really breaks down the offer to you into the fact. So, as I stated before, we tried to set it back in April 7th of 2015. It did not sell. It got struck off. Right now, currently, there's $4,300 owed in back taxes. The bid before you is $1,500. Plus, the prospective buyer will have to pay post-judgment taxes in the amount of $380. So total all in, you're looking at $1,880 that he's wanting to purchase this property for, and the total amount that in taxes due is $4,300. When you do the math, it basically boils down to the taxing entity will be receiving roughly 40% on the dollar of what's due. From a historical perspective, the Commissioner Court has approved offers as low as 20 to 25 cents on the dollar due. So from a numbers perspective, this offer is quite reasonable and it's fair. But as always, my number one pitch when we're dealing with trustee properties is if we got somebody interested in getting the property back on the tax roll and generating tax revenue, then it's always a plus to just cut your losses and move forward and approve of these sales.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and if we approve this and it gets back on the tax roll, what's the appraisal? Is the appraisal gonna be $1,500?
No, in fact, so all up until this year, the property was valued at $5,000. This year, the appraisal district jumped it up to $31,000. So if you were to buy it, right, let's say all three taxing entities, county, cities, and school approve of this offer, right? He will be on the tax rolls being taxed at the $31,000 amount.
Okay,
One of the things I brought up right away, but he's an adjacent landowner, and if I'm not mistaken, after talking to him and kind of giving him all the ins and outs of trustee property, hey, there's post judgment is due, you know, it's as is, there's no warranties, all the whole laundry list. He's just like, hey Jeff, that area belongs to my family, my mom, and it belongs, and it's right next to a property I own, so that's the reason why I'm submitting the offer. I'm like, okay, move this before the entity, see if they want to take it.
And
Go ahead. I mean, at least gets on the tax roll again. Right now, he's just sitting there.
It's just sitting there not generating anything. And from time to time, the city, you know, you get into these properties where they're located within the city. Sometimes the city will try to, you know, reach out to if there's some overgrown weeds and stuff, or the county to help out. But again, like I said, dealing with these trustee properties, it's been struck off since 2015. The overall benefit just to get it back on the tax roll and generating revenue for everybody.
So even given the light of the current, I guess, real estate situation, this, you think still is a good idea to move forward with this?
So I try to set it every year at a public auction. I hold the resales in November every year in addition to putting them on our website, which is World Wide Web. And this is, you know, they come around, somebody wants to jump on it, let's go. You know, that's the way I see it. Otherwise, it just sits there and, you know, continues to be a nuisance for not only the adjacent landowners, but, you know, for the entities as far as revenue.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve. Judge.
motion by Commissioner Fowle,
I'll second.
second by Commissioner Wiley, that we go ahead with a sale. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So, we're going through with it. Thank you. Okay, moving right along to agenda item number 9, Richard L. Jackson County Judge. Order reappointing Brenda L. Trevino as County Auditor for Wilson County, Texas for a term of 2 years beginning August the 1st, 2021. Salary and compensation of the auditor is not changed. And this is just informational because the district judges are the ones that appoint and reappoint our auditor, and I think they did a good job reappointing Brenda. Thank you. Welcome back, or whatever.
Carry on.
Carry on. I appreciate it.
They reappointed you at a good time, right in the middle of budget.
Yeah, I'm starting to think if that was purposely planned like that 2 years ago.
Okay, agenda item number 10, Richard O. Jackson County Judge Tom Caldwell, Wilson County Attorney, discuss and possible action to pass a resolution to authorize the Wilson County Attorney's Office to apply to the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement for credentialing as a standalone law enforcement agency. Mr. Caldwell.
Morning, gentlemen. If you may or may not know, my office employs 2 investigators right now. One is a paid grant-funded investigator. The other is a reserve investigator who volunteers his time for us in exchange for us holding his commission. I don't hold their commissions, the sheriff does. His predecessor also held my investigators' interests, their commissions. And that's always been a great relationship. We have no issues with it, with the exception of one small thing that made me kind of rethink it this year. And that is, we have law enforcement authority, but we're not technically an accredited agency. And that limits my office on funding opportunities. And we're all in the same boat this year. Every department head and the commissioners and the judge, we're all having to do more with less this year. And that's why I'm here, because this is what I'm thinking may allow me to kind of fund that position from a different direction as opposed to how it's been funded for the past 5 years. The issue with it is I can't do that. Number one, I do need the Commissioners Court to approve it by resolution prior to me applying to the state. Everything else is already done. We've already been talking with the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. It's not a challenge to do so, but I do need y'all's approval on it. It's a zero-cost item for the county, because all it will do is kind of change who holds their commissions. It won't be Sheriff Stewart anymore, it will be me. And if it, in a few years, it doesn't really net us any real benefit to do it that way, I'm probably going to cut it loose and go back to the sheriff, because he does all the paperwork for me. But ultimately, that's the purpose for it, gentlemen. We're already autonomous from the sheriff's office, and we will remain so, but it will allow us to be recognized for state and federal funding as an addition, as our own agency. That's the reason why I'm here. I'll entertain any questions.
So what happens when so this would be to the county attorney's office of Wilson County, not you as the current county attorney, but it would be his county attorney.
This would be the agency chief. And I'm not a peace officer, but you don't necessarily have to be in a district attorney or county attorney's offices. So when I left, it would be my successor.
Sheriff, did you have any comments?
No, sir. Like you said, we're autonomous right now anyway. His investigators do their own thing and don't answer to me, or I don't request anything of them, so it just take the paperwork side off of me.
I like the idea because of what Mr. Caldwell said about more funding opportunities. There may be more grants available if he has his own law enforcement or own TCLO.
Well, the only issue, Judge, is I can't make any promises on it. I can tell you that nothing will change if we don't think outside of the box the way we have it now. I kind of thought about it for a few years, but I've been dragging my feet on it because it's just so easy. I have one full-time reservist that's sheriff holds. It just really doesn't seem practical to me, but I mean, Miss Lewis, she doesn't have too many investigators either. And typically, these prosecution offices across the state, they carry their own investigators, they're not tied to any law enforcement agency. So I'll try it out.
I was hoping for a few promises, but I guess we're not going to get them, so I'll make a motion that we do it.
Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Fowle, that we, apply to the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement for credentialing for the county attorney's office. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Gentlemen, the judge has the resolution, and if you don't mind, I can get all y'all to sign, and then this Martinez will take it from there, and I'll get a copy.
There's about 3 resolutions here. I guess we need to sign them all.
No, sir, no. I printed out 5 copies so the court can review them.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
the same.
And there's one for you, in case you wanted to review it.
He sent it.
And other than that, gentlemen, may I be excused?
No.
Here, can I borrow your
Yes, sir,
pen?
I will.
Forgot mine this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Caldwell.
Okay, we'll have to come back to agenda item number 11 at 10 a.m. That's when we open the bids, so Right now, we're going to go to agenda item number 12. Richard L. Jackson County Judge, Michelle Morta, Grants Manager. 12A, discuss and take action to approve the purchase of a, is it queening system? Queuing system? Queuing system for the tax office. What is that?
For your cue balls.
Like a queue.
Okay. Queuing system for the tax office for FEMA COVID Public Assistance Grant. Okay, so this is where they can do everything without having to communicate with the,
Yeah, I believe Dawn was scheduled to be here to describe it to you guys, but I believe she is out with her daughter who is ill, so I'll turn it over to Michelle.
So what you have for you is the quote that Dawn received from the company that has done this before for other counties. The grand total amount will be $12,583. That's a one-time install fee. And then the annual cost that will be recurring every year after that is $1,520. There have been a couple, I think, of counties that have purchased this type of system through the, in the midst of the pandemic to basically facilitate contactless and less waiting room issues with people in the waiting room and so forth and so on. And basically what it is it allows people to check in and set up appointments online. It's not an app, it is an online type of portal. I believe that Willacy County has it already set up. And the one that I'm aware of, the county that has purchased it through COVID funds is Tarrant County up in North Texas. And again, it's a measure to enable patrons who use the tax office for various functions and needs to set up their appointment and arrive, close to the appointment time without having to be exposed to other folks that may be waiting in the waiting room. And of course, they can wait in their car as well and not have to wait for a whole bunch of people there. And obviously, I think there are 5 functions of the tax office, so each type of function has their own wait time, and this system is geared towards that. So it's not that, one person's gonna be waiting on their registration and renewal for an hour because somebody else is having to deal with a whole other issue. So that's how it's set up, is to be specific to the function of the tax office and enable that smooth
okay, so
process and transaction time.
you go in there and just, okay, I'm gonna pay my taxes, but I wanna renew my registration for my pickup at the same time. Do you have to make 2 appointments, or are you familiar with what we'd have to do?
I am not familiar with that. I would imagine so. But they can do that either on their phone or they can do it on their
Okay, but
computer. And for those people,
would they be at the same time with the same person, or you gotta go, okay, I'm gonna go pay my taxes now, then I go back, sit down, and wait and go, do my registration for my vehicle, or?
those are good questions. I just don't know that detail.
What's the name of the company we'll be purchasing?
Nemo Q?
NEMO?
Yes, NEMO-Q.
And what if you don't register, you don't go in?
No, they would still handle walk-ins
Okay.
as usual, but this would allow for people to set it up online so they're not waiting, like for some, even for some people who are working and have to come during the
Like
lunch.
for your driver's license.
It's my understanding, it's my understanding that, like where you see these, touch screen, the kiosk and that it would be at her office, so walk-ins come in, they go to this kiosk, they plug in what they need, and it's kind of like the Domino's Pizza, you can see the television screen that has the person's name and what they're waiting for, so that her staff can see, okay, we've got 5 registrations, 3 taxes, or whatever, and they can do it that way.
Can you still walk up to the counter? Because I know there's some people that aren't gonna understand
Understand.
There are
even,
gonna be a lot of people that are not gonna
Right, and
understand.
I think it's kind of evolutionary, right? So when people are used to doing it an old way, and then they see this new technology, then they're gonna do it the old way until they realize that there is benefit to the new way. So, yes, you still.
well, there's some people that aren't gonna
Sure.
realize the benefits to, they're just not gonna,
Sure.
somebody
We
that's
have that in every case, yes.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, though, I believe that the just walk up to the counter eventually will be phased out because it is a queuing system to put everybody in line according to what they have. So I believe that's how Dawn explained it to me. So I don't believe that you have the option to not use it. You're going to have to learn. So.
Yeah, that eventually will.
Okay, that's the
Means
only
they're
thing,
gonna have to have
because there's,
somebody there to explain it to a lot of people because
yeah, they're gonna have to have somebody, because there's people that are gonna come up there, and that's my deal, that don't have a clue what they're supposed to do. Where do you touch, what do you do?
Right, no, and I guess too, I think a good way to describe it is, especially in the midst of COVID, when you would go to doctor's office for your own personal appointments, they had a kiosk there. It's virtually the same thing. You punch that in there, you punch your date of birth in there, they ask you what you're here for, what kind of business you're conducting, and then it sets it up, and it puts you into the queue, whichever.
Well, I understand that, but there's lots of people that aren't gonna understand that.
Sure.
And
So when-
I just don't wanna not be, able to take care of those people.
so what I see
But
is,
we're gonna have to, hopefully there'll be somebody, like you mentioned, there that can help them.
Right.
They're gonna have to until somebody.
She also mentioned to me that she would have flyers go out in the tax bills to kind of get people geared up thinking about it and do that.
She would have to-
However often she can do that.
you
And she wanted to be here, like Brenda said, but her daughter.
So eventually you won't be able to just walk in there and take care of your business.
Well,
It just
no, you
depends
do. That just puts you, just like she said, just like going to the doctor, you're letting them know you're there and what you're there for.
I mean, it's just
Instead of pulling the ticket where you get 15 of them because it won't break, I mean, that's all it is, really.
You're still letting them there, you're still walking in.
And that's
You
what's
just have the
happening,
ability
Gary.
to set up
That's
this
what's happening.
appointment
She said, because I asked her, well, what's the difference than what you have now? She's like, well, they pull out 10 at a time. And
27, 28.
the system seems to make sense, and there's no doubt about it. What I see happening is the tax bills go out in November, and all the tech-savvy people make all these appointments, and then all the other people come in, and they sit there and watch other people come in who, after they've been there for an hour, I wouldn't want to be in Dawn's position, because that's, having that happen at when will this take place?
As soon as you all approve it, so as far as funding goes, this would fall into that FEMA COVID Public Assistance grant that we have been accumulating expenses on. And currently that grant is reimbursing at 100% until the end of September. So at this point, there would be no cost to the public to get it purchased and installed and started. I don't know what her plans were as far as phasing it in. I would imagine the sooner the better so that she can get people in the frame of mind.
Probably. My thought is that if this thing was introduced in January or something, and people had all this time to go over and do their normal business and understand that was there, it would be better for the fall.
the only other thing I wanted to point out was, and without knowing, did she mention which package she was
No,
gonna go with?
and she did say that that was an addition, the second thing the second handout you have are SMS texts, basically, you know how we all get emails and these text messages from different companies that we transact business with. This is an additional service. If she determines at a later date that she thinks this might be a good thing, then those would be the options she would have as far
Oh,
as.
this is not we have to have this to have
And
this,
she
okay.
indicated that that's not something she's looking at pursuing at this point. It may come down later on as something that she may need, but right now, I just wanted to give you that.
Okay, so then the only other thing, just to make you aware, that $1,520 annual maintenance agreement after the 1-year warranty, that would just have to be something that Dawn would have to budget for in her annual budget.
Mr. Holcomb, have you seen it, are you aware of, or can you take a look at this and see if, because I see,
We've looked at a few of them. This one has been used
You have sufficient, because this says, one of the line items is online appointment server setup fee. So are they providing a new server to handle this, or does it go on our server, or?
My understanding is it's cloud-based and it'll actually run in their, on their equipment.
It'll run on their equipment where out of McKinney?
Or if they have a server farm somewhere else, I'm not really sure where their server farm is. It might be in Florida, it might be in somewhere else,
Abu Dhabi,
somewhere in the cloud, I'm sure.
wherever that is.
Well, if we're gonna get it financed through the COVID relief, I think,
Been reimbursed.
Michelle, how much do we still have remaining in the FEMA?
It's a reimbursement, it's on accrual.
Oh, okay.
So it's not-
But there's a maximum though, right? Or no?
Not really. If we wanna stay under small projects, then the maximum is $131,100. But that doesn't mean we have to stay within that range. We can go over it. It just means more paperwork for me to fill out.
But I just wanted to let the court know, so we've accumulated expenses up to a certain amount, so we only have a certain amount left without having to exceed the 131,000, correct?
okay, well, now that you've asked that question, if we do this, what will we, if we got something else that's in the makings that we may be using that money for?
Are
Okay,
there any
if we're gonna-
projects in the queue? Any
Other
other?
than just expenses like PPE, not that I'm aware of, there's no other projects in the queue
Okay,
What's the window of opportunity on this?
as far as getting that.
Yeah,
particular
I mean,
price.
do we have to do this today? What's the time frame?
Well, to get 100% reimbursement by September 31st.
September 30th.
so we need to.
Well, I
probably
guess
take
my
some kind of
question is,
action.
so should we have Dawn here to, or do you think we're getting, no offense to you at all, but,
I'm taking, she was just unable to be here.
Okay,
I don't know the
I don't
answer.
see why we can't go forward with it.
What about the drive-through? Is it gonna be shut?
No.
Well, the drive-through, I guess will still be the drive-through.
That's something she would have to, that's a good question.
But I wouldn't think that this would apply to the drive-through.
This would have to be
But I
inside.
mean,
It would just be for the people that are going inside.
I could definitely see different plans involved.
Or you could try calling her on her cell phone. Do you have additional? My only concern is if we don't move forward with it now, and let's say we wait till next Commissioners Court and have her come speak to it, that would be what, August 23rd, I believe it is? I don't know what the turnaround time is to get invoiced and be able to request reimbursement at 100% by September 30th. That would
If
be,
we do wait, it's a 75-25.
yeah, if we wait. then
So
we
it'll
pay
cost us
$25.
$3,000 if we wait.
Good.
I don't know, between August 23rd and, did she say the turnaround time for installation or anything like that?
If it does what they say.
Okay. I have a question. Say we move forward, and it doesn't turn out to be what we think it should turn out to be. Do we have to repay this money? Say in 2 years, she decides this is not working, I'm gonna take it out, or 3 years.
I mean, if it's already been included in the grant reimbursed, then I wouldn't think you have to.
Okay. I don't see anything wrong with moving forward with it.
Unless you
Just to
have
be sure that we have
something
time
else,
to get it done.
another project in mind to utilize the funds before September 30th.
And Dawn thinks it'll work. I mean, she's the one that,
Yeah, I think her main concern is, as COVID continues to reappear, so to speak, she's had her folks wait outside, and, in the summer it's hot, in the winter it's cold.
And then the other days, it's been raining.
And the other days it's been raining.
She did request this as part of her expense budget, and then after talking to Michelle and trying to see if there were other avenues without having it cost any taxpayer money, this was the best way that Michelle was able to find that we could utilize and it be an eligible expense and still provide a service to our taxpayers without them having to pay for it.
And we have provided Tarrant County, and I'm sure there's other counties since then that have used COVID monies to implement something like this.
Hope it works better than it does at the driver's license office.
I'll make a motion to approve
they
the
have one
purchase
at
of a queuing system for the tax office using the FEMA COVID Public Assistance Grant.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Martin, second by Commissioner Verdola, that we move forward with purchasing the queuing system for the tax assessor collector office and with the FEMA COVID Public Assistance Grant. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So this carries. Okay, that is 12A. 12B, update on all trucks ordered through Tex VEMP grant.
I don't even want to look at it.
It'll probably work, but I think it's gonna be real something this time.
I sent you all, commissioners, the official letter from Peterbilt indicating that due to the supply and demand of the electronic chips and raw materials, there's going to be additional surcharge for these trucks that have already been ordered, as well as a delivery date delay. I think there was some discussion about getting these trucks delivered by the end of this year, or by March of next year. It looks like more, it'll be around April or May of next year due to everything that's going on with the supply chain. The surcharge is gonna be $1,500. In the email that I sent you all, most of you all can absorb that cost in your grant award. Because you didn't expend all of it, through the truck order. So it's a very minimal increase in the overall amount to your budgets for next year and possibly the following year, if you choose to forego that. And so the only thing this was for is to provide you this update, and if you have any changes or if you wanted to completely cancel the order, you can let me know and I'll let Rush Truck know. I did talk with Herman, Mr. Allen, and asked him if there were gonna be any more surcharges, and he said, I'm gonna make sure that I do all I can to not make that happen.
That means he doesn't know.
Yeah, he has no control.
Right. So, I mean, just kind of be aware that that's what we're looking at, due to this.
It's too good a deal not to go forward.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in.
For me, I need the trucks.
Yeah, I do too.
Patching on my two
And
oldest
we
ones.
worked, Brenda and I worked with these numbers that you have in front of you, to put that into the next year's budget as well, so. Just wanted to provide that information, if there were any changes.
I need to stay with it. I need the trucks.
And I guess the other thing I was mentioning to Commissioner Martin was just keep in mind, we do have to dispose of the old truck once we get the new truck. So I have communicated this with TCEQ if should there be more delays. So they are aware that they're not gonna, these contracts are for only 2 years. So some of them, expired next year, and then some expire the first part of 23.
So once the trucks are disabled, what do we need to do with them at that point?
We have to take pictures and send that information to TCEQ, and then the rest you can sell for scrap or.
Okay.
We have some value, for sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please don't change anything. We worked very hard on that.
I wasn't going to till you said that. I'm gonna do one just for the heck of it.
Thank you all for all the hard work on that. We really do need the trucks.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Michelle. Okay, moving along to agenda item number 13, Richard O. Jackson County Judge, discuss and take action on interlocal agreement between the Regional Public Defender Office Local Government Corporation in Wilson County, Texas. This is the regional public defender that we use for capital cases. We've used it one time since I've been here, since I can remember. And it was the capital case that they had, I think it was Lasik was the defendant's name. And what this does is it pays for not all attorneys are certified capital defender attorneys, and so it pays for the attorney. This agreement we have here. It does not pay any expenses that they incur, but it does pay for the attorneys, and it has the schedule, the fee schedule is what they charge and what their assistants charge and what their investigators charge and everything. And it takes care of that, but any expenses they incur, it does not. Our share this year is $8,726. I think last year it was 11,000, Brenda, is that right?
Yes.
It changes year to year, it just depends
Yeah,
on how
year
many
before it was
capital cases
11,000.
that they have to go hear in different counties, or have to go defend in different counties. This was set up by Lubbock County, I think, and that's where it's out of.
Judge, is that for this fiscal year 2021, or would that be for?
What I saw here a while ago, the current interlocal agreement expires September 30th, 2021, so it would be October 1st through September 30th of next year. October 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2022.
Seems like it's.
And will automatically renew October 1st, 2022, and just if it expires, it will automatically renew October 1st, 2022, and expire on December 2nd, okay? So I guess if we agree that it could be for a 2-year,
Period, if we don't non-renew it or give them notification.
Yeah.
Terms of the contract.
And if we don't have this, there's a possibility if we had one of these cases come up, it could wind up costing us.
it's gonna cost us a bunch of money anyway, because the expenses they incur are ungodly. We spent over $100,000 for a plea, just in expenses. These people were paid for, but the expenses they incurred just for the plea was over $100,000 in that case that we had.
But it still saved us
So
money.
it saves us money, yes, but this is just to let you know, in case we do have a capital case come up, it's gonna be very expensive. And the same thing happened over in Atascosa County. They had to go through the whole thing, and it cost them, oh, gosh,
So this
Over a
covers
$1
the, just,
million or
over $1
something.
million.
yeah, the attorney, the primary attorney or the criminal capital attorney's fees, and then everything else is.
It takes care of the attorneys, their first chair, their investigators, their clerk, whatever. It's got I was just looking at it a while ago. It's got everything taken care of and how much they charge for it.
No, but I mean, the $8,700, what are we getting for the $8,700?
That's what we're getting. If we have a capital case this year, we do not have to pay the public defender.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I wanna make sure.
We just have to pay the expenses they incur.
Judge, does that not, Trala that does not provide that?
This is
type of
not Trala. They do not provide this,
Okay, I was just curious.
because that's one thing I questioned
Okay.
Menu on, because it would be a
Penny to Trala.
big benefit for us if they did.
Yeah.
But we're still dollars ahead by doing this.
Yes, we're still dollars ahead, but I just want everybody to be aware.
I make a motion, we do it.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Pearl, that we go through with the regional public defenders for capital cases. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay.
Signature, also.
Yep. You are correct, sir.
Okay, moving right along. We can get started. Can you do it in 9 minutes, Leanne? Okay. Agenda item number 14, Leanne Hoshak, EMC 14A, review and approve county road mileage inventory.
Right?
Yes, it's up to y'all.
Pressure's on.
It's up to
Stop
y'all.
talking, I'll watch the clock.
Okay, this was all emailed to y'all, I think week before last, either the week before last.
Is this 801-193 accurate?
Yes,
I've been telling everybody we had 803 miles of roads. Gosh.
You tend to exaggerate, Judge.
I know.
Yeah. Well, there were some minor adjustments.
yes. And the requirement for the statute that required the road condition reports was repealed effective June 14th of this year, so those are no longer required to be submitted to the grand jury.
This will be the last
So,
time.
We went, no.
No.
It's
No,
done.
Last year was the last time.
Last year was the last time. That's good.
So now it's back to doing them the old way, which is the inventory of road mileage maintained by the county.
So the lady that's requested this 2021 report through the Public Information Act, there isn't one, is that
There
correct?
isn't a road condition report for this year. Because the statute is repealed. Unless y'all want to continue to.
I'll make a motion, we approve the county road mileage inventory.
Motion by Commissioner Martin,
Second?
second by Commissioner Pardola, that we approve the county road mileage inventory. Is there any more questions, discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Now we're going to 14B, utility permit. Can we do them all? Are they all, oh,
No,
we can do the
three-
first two.
3 and 4 are,
Okay.
number 3 and 4 are incorrect.
They're incorrect?
Just fix and bring that up. Because it's got the same county road in precinct 3 and precinct 4, and that can't be.
Now, that's not where the dividing line is?
Nope.
Okay. The 14B,
The way they were.
permit number 645, Sutherland Springs Water Supply Corporation, precinct 3, County Road 342, review and approve, and B2, permit number 646, Sutherland Springs Water Supply Corporation, precinct 3, County Road 342, review and approve. Are those correct?
342,
342 is.
342.
precinct over there
are those
behind.
correct?
That goes, cuts off of 87 and comes back around, comes
I
out.
think mine are both
Behind Baldi's.
324,
Yeah.
if my memory's correct.
Okay. She must have put it wrong on, it's 3, what is it saying? 342? Okay, 324,
Is precinct 4's.
yes.
And precinct 3 is this.
Okay, what about
It's
the two
340
precinct 3
It's
ones?
342.
Yeah, so mine are, it's the same numbers, you just have to turn
Yeah.
them around.
She swapped the numbers.
The typo.
Yep,
Yeah.
so 3 and 4 are County Road 324.
Yes.
Okay, precinct 3, the 342, that's correct.
Yes, precinct 3, both of them are on 342, and then precinct 4, they're 320, from County Road 324.
I don't know if this was mine or not, they all say 342. This says 342.
But look at what they,
Bore,
oh, okay, yeah, these are still precinct 3.
that's yours.
So if y'all want to do the first two, and then I'll hand out the last two.
Let me see the last two, if I may.
Well, I'll make a motion that we accept utility permits for precinct 3
645 and 646.
Yes, sir.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Pardola, second by Commissioner Wiley. We accept the utility permits 645 and 646. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Which 400 the road?
Okay, now we're going to 14B3, permit number 647, Sutherland Springs Water Supply Corporation, Precinct 4, County Road 324, review and approve, and 14B4, permit number 648, Sutherland Springs Water Supply Corporation, Precinct 4, County Road 324, review and
These
approve.
look like they're the same, Leanne. They do to me.
There's this one.
Okay, that's the second one.
Wait, this is the original that they turned in.
So I got that one.
They look,
Because
they're
all three of
just-
them look the same.
that's
Four
what
of
they
them look
turned
the
in.
same. But there's two bores.
Yeah, there's two bores.
So one is just, show me the difference. 'cause I
Can we
don't
help you with
see a
something?
difference.
Yeah, I don't know. This is what they turned in.
Okay. Have a seat. You
We'll
need
do
to
that
make a
after
public
court, sir.
comment That's past that.
We'll do that right after court, whatever it is.
Okay, 1,520 feet.
Right.
And then this one is 1,440 feet.
About
they're
15
both
minutes,
on-
I would guess.
They're both on 324.
Okay.
One of them is 1,520 feet south of 3432, and the other one is 1,440 feet. So like 80 feet apart?
I wonder why they wanted to do two bores. Now, why not just make one bore and then run it up that way?
I have no idea.
Okay? I don't have a problem with it. Doesn't make sense, but I don't have a problem with it. I make a motion, we approve it.
Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Pardola, that we approve permit number 647 and permit number 648. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Once again, if you don't mind. Commissioner Wiley.
Can we do the other one in 20 seconds?
Yes.
Okay. 14C, non-standard plants variance, C1, 111 Country View Lane, Precinct 1, Florist, discuss and take action.
While Leanne's handing that out, basically, this individual owns a 5-acre tract in Hilltop Ranch, and they just want to basically split it in half. It went to the subdivision review committee last week, and it's recommended for approval by the subdivision review committee. Therefore, I'll make a motion to approve the non-standard plat and variance for 111 Country View Lane in Precinct 1.
They met all the requirements, so.
Motion by Commissioner Martin, second by Commissioner Fowle, that we approve the non-standard variance on this, in 111 Country View Lane. Is there any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Gotta make a motion. Need to make a motion.
Okay, at 10 o'clock, agenda item 11, Richard L. Jackson County Judge, Brenda Trevino County Auditor. Need a motion to open bids on material hauling, material plus hauling, fuel, towing, and lawn maintenance services.
I'll make a motion, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Fowles. Second by Commissioner Perdola. We open the bids. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Now-
So let's open the bids. Don't cut yourself. I've seen it happen.
These are the materials, the flexible base and asphalt. Let's see, the first bid is from Atascosa Material. The way this process works, for those who are new, we will open all of the bids today. I take them to Kristen, she does the bid tabulation, sends you the bid tabulation, and then at the next court, you can decide who or what you want to award.
I think I'm gonna move back.
I said, it'd get dangerous in here.
9-0 Transport and Sales. Here, back in there. Make sure. Ergon Asphalt and Emulsions, Inc.
Ozone?
Ergon.
Aragon.
Aragon.
Over in Pleasanton. Do you need this?
Go ahead, you can put it back in there. I don't know that it matters really. No, not really. Colorado Materials. Brontex Materials. GEM Materials. Files Home and Garden Materials. That's what I have for materials. The next one I have is fuel.
That's all the material.
That is all the material that I'm aware of. I have 2 envelopes that are not labeled, so I'll open those at the end. Cruise Inc., DBA John's Oil Company. And Arnold Oil Company Fuels. These are, I believe, lawn maintenance services. Well, it's stuck to the envelope. GM Lawn Care.
G, yes.
GM
That's not me.
Gary Martin.
No, that is not me.
GM Lawn Care.
We're needing somebody at the
Let me
house.
just be
No, it's not.
a copy of this one.
Yeah, okay, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see something. Bear Landscaping, BEAR Landscaping. Above All Construction.
Did we have a question on some of these bids or the bids we got last year?
Well, in the lawn maintenance, it's the Above All Construction currently has the contract, has had the contract for 2 years. In the contract, it states that there is no subcontracting for lawn maintenance, and one of the bids that we received is actually the subcontractor for Above All Construction.
Do we have confirmation that he has used a subcontractor?
I requested confirmation. I spoke with our county attorney's office, requested some sort of proof. I don't know if anyone's here on, are you Missy Barra? Okay, so this is Misty Barra. She is the owner of GM Lawn Services. So I did not receive anything.
Yes, my family currently is mowing the lawn, for the courthouse, the jail, the show barn. That is getting out to me from all the construction.
So the only question that I had was to the judge is whether or not the Commissioners Court wanted to accept Above All Construction's bid, if this is the case, because they were not in compliance with the current contract, the current terms of the contract. So
That would normally eliminate them from bidding.
Okay, do we need anything confirming other than oral testimony, or do we need something showing that they have been paying another contractor?
Well, we have something, number one, that she has advised us. But today, this is just opening the bids.
Correct.
I think this could take place in the next 2
Okay.
weeks when we look at the bids.
Okay.
And then make that decision.
Okay.
At the recommendation of when we
Right.
decide who to award. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Barr, for that clarification. We are moving to towing. I have Rick's Towing Service. I believe that's everybody. Yes. I have two that are not labeled, so they have my name on them, but I don't know which one they're for, so. Let's see. Towing, Quality Services Towing and Recovery. And this, I believe, is fuel, Mid-Tex Oil.
Yes.
And that is all I have for today. Thank you very much for your assistance, Dan and I appreciate it.
So I think these,
Okay, so
there's
now
the fuel.
Kristen
We'll
goes
keep
to-
those.
Yes, so we'll have the bid tabulations out to you, probably sometime today, tomorrow, probably at the latest. And then we'll put it on the agenda for the next Commissioners Court.
Okay, thank you. Getting back to the regular routine of things here. Agenda item 15, Eva S. Martinez, County Clerk, minutes.
Yes, sir, I've handed those out, and they have been properly reviewed.
I reviewed them and didn't see any errors. I'll make a motion, we approve them as written.
Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Pardola. We approve the minutes. Is there any more questions or changes or anything? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, minutes are passed.
Excuse me for just a second.
This is bottled rum stash.
It's getting low.
Do we need to check that bottle?
Okay,
I didn't
agenda
know
item
vodka
number.
came in bottles that size.
What's that?
I didn't know vodka came in bottles that size.
And it's hard to get it in there, too. You have to.
Without breaking the seal.
Yes. Agenda item number 16, Christina Moots, interim county treasurer, financial report. And here we go. Let's do the drum roll.
Good morning. What I have presented to you today is for February and March of 2021's financial statements. Okay, these are the ones to sign, but here is yours to
Those are the
keep.
signed?
Yes, sir, I just put those right there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Same as last time applies, it's gonna show you our, banking accounts as well as outstanding debt. Attached, on the back is for our quarterly financial report for FINC as well.
The FNC, that's the one that we just deposited $1 million in that account and
Yes,
haven't done anything with it?
Those broker CDs, I've been in contact with the gentleman, he's going to get with me, and we're gonna, a little bit more detail on the facts, since I was not here at the time, he's explained everything, but yes, it's broken out, and so what it shows is the interest that you're getting, but there's three of them, like you said, $1 million, three different amounts, around 276, 246, and so forth. And so I've got a call in hand, and we're gonna go ahead and discuss, and I'm gonna get more detail on that, so, for my knowledge as well.
Okay.
Also listed, see Paul, you're looking at, that is from our FI report, monthly report, that lists all the funds that we have listed, or that's obviously with our accounts. Do you have any questions on that? That's one of the pages as well. Basically what's coming in, what's going out on all department funds. We are in the process of, some might change looking at it, but correcting a few things, but other than that.
Okay, the VOCA grants I was looking at, I guess the money's going in and coming out all the time?
That, yes, that's actually one of those grants is where the salary line items, if I'm not mistaken, so that's what's gonna be coming out. I think which one, there's two employees, I believe, that's being paid out, correct?
two of the county attorneys.
Yeah, excuse me.
Those are reimbursement grants, so.
Yes,
Michelle
so they're, the
submits
reason they
the-
show a negative is because they haven't been reimbursed yet?
I'm gonna look into that one, cause I know we did get direct deposits on that, and it might just, where when we did a conversion, they might have went into a different department or fund, but I'll look into that one.
Got coded wrong.
Let's hope not, but
Okay.
things have happened,
Okay,
and things are getting corrected, so that could be the case.
okay. Okay.
That's good.
You're getting closer.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
She and I have spoken about having everything caught up by the last commissioners' court meeting of this fiscal year, so that come October, she'll be reporting for September, and we are back on track without any delay.
Yes,
Woo-hoo.
everything
I'm very, very pleased.
will be caught up, so yes, once we do the new fiscal year, all I have to report is September. That is the goal, and that will be presented to you.
Good job.
Thank you very much for your
Yeah,
hard
I'll
work.
give her some credit, because having to go back and reconcile old stuff that she was not a part of, on top of staying on top of her and her team's regular day-to-day activities, it's a lot, and they're managing to get through it, so.
But that was necessary to make certain that what we're presenting today is in fact absolutely correct.
Absolutely correct.
Yes. And also staff, so they
I
get all.
think you're my favorite Aggie.
Hey, look, we're converting that orange blood a little bit
Yes.
today.
No, well, I don't want to say anything else. Let's leave it
There
at
will
that.
be maroon, or maybe an Aggie pie, or
Oh.
maybe even a little.
Let's not get too carried away.
Yes, I will get that.
Let's not get
Thank
too
you for all
carried
your
away.
hard work.
Motion
Yes.
to accept the treasurer's report for February and March.
I'll make it.
Go ahead. I'll
Motion
second
by
it,
Commissioner
then.
Wiley, second by Commissioner Martin. Is there any more questions or any changes, additions, at least, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, so we've got,
No,
No?
getting closer.
Wiley made the motion, I second.
Oh, I was off one.
I think this is the first.
Okay. Agenda item number 17. Jalen T. Boterford, Human Resource General Specialist, is not here.
Because I use-
You want to do it, or?
Yes, I just handed out, Jalen emailed me her payroll and status changes, which I have reviewed. I apologize, I didn't sign it before I made the copies, so, but they have been reviewed and approved. Tanya Silva was promoted from a part-time to a full-time tax customer service specialist effective August 5th, 2021, making $12.98 per hour, or $27,000 annually. Patricia Crowder resigned from her position as a corrections officer with the Sheriff's Department effective August 2nd, 2021. Charles Wagner Jr. has resigned from his position as a corrections officer with the Sheriff's Department effective August 13th, 2021, and that is all.
Okay. There's no line item changes, everything's good. Okay, now agenda item number 18, Brenda Trevino, County Auditor, bills.
Rough part.
$245,721.74 is the total for this go-round. The reason for the large amount, we did include our required annual payment to Atascosa County for the TROLLOP, which is the Texas Rio Grande Legal Defense Company or organization that we agreed to. You agreed to have that interlocal agreement, and that is our share for this fiscal year, which was $97,000 and some change, I believe. And that's under the county and district court. It's on the first page where it says Atascosa County Auditor, Indigent Defense Tech Share, $97,444.
Okay. The indigent defense, it says tech share?
Well, that's how we have it titled, and that's where the money was budgeted.
Okay,
That's where money is budgeted for indigent defense, and because we have money in that line item, that's where we're taking the TRALA payment out for this year.
okay.
And it's just titled Tech Share because that's what everything goes through.
Don't make me dislike Tech Share any more
I
than I already
know,
do.
I know.
Have we got any kind of a bill from ACMET yet?
From who?
Atascosa County Medical Examiners Transport.
Not that I have seen. Judge, and I also need you to follow up with the invoice for the agenda item that you guys approved for today for the capital cases. I need the one for this current fiscal year to pay. We haven't got that
Okay.
one yet.
What I was wanting to do is compare it with what we're paying. And I know that the funeral homes that take them are just taking them because they're assisting us for now, that they don't really want to go all the way to Nueces County.
Is Bear County still kind of on hold?
What's that?
Bear County still,
They're still not, they started again, then they quit again.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Martin, second by Commissioner Perdola, that we approve the bills. Is there any more questions or any changes or anything? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Okay.
So that's not in there.
Has Tom had this conversation?
Gracie did at the last fiscal report, but I did not.
We need to
have a
find
chance
out.
Find out what the outcome is.
Because that may have something, an effect on the next year's budget.
First time in 15 years I haven't had a pen.
Okay. Let's move right along to agenda item number 19, adjournment at 10:24.